Get your Turbosonic today at turbosonicusa.com. Mention you heard this on radio and get a free DVD. Gunsmoke, starring Milbert Stone as Doc, Amanda Blake as Miss Kitty, Ken Curtis as Festus, Buck Taylor as Newly, with James Arness as Matt Dillon. Now it's time to return to the PM Show Weekend Edition with the one and only Mr. Robert Conrad.
So anyway,
sorry.
That is, for my taste, you talk about television and true classics. That Gunsmoke was a true classic. Now that was a Western. What I did, was James Bond on a horse, and what Buck did was a classic Western. And he was born Walter Clarence Taylor III. He was born in May. He's obviously an American actor, and he's become a watercolor artist. And he's probably best known for his Gunsmoke turned deputy, Newly O'Brien, in 113 episodes during the last 8 seasons. That's 8 years of Gunsmoke. And now Taylor is specialty is painting. I'm happy to hear he's doing that. And he lives now in Fort Worth, Texas. So we had 2 weeks ago, we had our guest was Janine Taylor, and she's now living in Dallas, Texas. I don't know what these actors like about Texas, but I'm sure Taylor will tell us. Anyway, Buck was born in Hollywood to Mr. and Mrs. Walter Taylor, and people don't know this, but his dad, Dub Taylor, was a very, very successful character actor. Bucky graduated from North Hollywood High School. He studied theaters at the University of Southern California in Los Angeles. And, get this, he tried out for the Olympic Games in gymnastics. He served for us 2 years in the Navy. Those are things you just don't know about actors. You think, so on and so forth. But in any event, after Gunsmoke, he appeared in occasional Westerns and so on and so forth. Now, he is a super artist, and he's here, and he's been kind enough to wait. And I know this guy personally, and I want to thank Buck Taylor for doing the show. Hey, Buck, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic, Bobby. How you doing?
Good. You sound good, man. You sound real good, and I'm really excited about your writing career. Before we do the history of how you did in the film industry, I want you to do your website so these people know how they can get a hold of your artwork. So now listen, ladies and gentlemen, listen to this. This is outstanding artwork. Go ahead, Buck.
It is bucktaylor.com.
That's easy to remember. I like that.
Hey, Bobby, listen.
I'm listening.
I want you to go to it also, and I want you to look at it and see what you like on it and pick out anything you want, because I want to send you something, because I want to return the favor that you gave me a few years ago. One of the best parts I ever had in a movie or television show, it was on High Mountain Rangers. You had me play the part of a former bull riding champion in 1971. And I thought, well, man, that was Gary LeFew. And you said, no, you're just playing a fictitious guy. But anyway, when I went to get wardrobe down there in Van Nuys, Gary LeFew was there. And I said, Gary, what kind of hat did you wear? Shape it for me, because I want to be authentic for you, for Gary. And I just want to thank you. So go there and pick out something, because I want to pay back.
Hey, Buck, I'm going to do that now. And tell me how to do it, because I'm going to do it for sure.
You got to hook up the computer.
BuckTaylor.com.
BuckTaylor.com. Okay, Buck, we'll do that. Now, if we want to see your artwork, if this audience wants to see it, how do we do it? Just BuckTaylor.com?
BuckTaylor.com. It's all the website.
Or December 12th through December 2nd through the December 12th of this year. I'll be at the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas, California, and I'm at the Convention Center, and I'm real accessible. There's a lot of really good vendors there with Western tack and clothing and artwork, and I've been fortunate enough for the third year in a row now to paint the poster for the National Finals Rodeo.
So that'll be Las Vegas.
Real honor,
that's
and I'm just inviting everybody to come. You come too.
Buck, that's Las Vegas, Nevada, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said California, but it's the big rodeo that always happens in
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Gotcha.
Okay, you know, and before we go back into some of the career, I want to say what he probably wouldn't think of saying. He's in the Texas Cowboy Hall of Fame.
Wow.
He's received the Spirit of Texas Award. His self-portrait in a watercolor hangs in the Cowboy Hall of Fame exhibit. He's received the Golden Boot Award, and I know all about that. That's a wonderful thing. And he's got... it says Taylor's got recognized on the Hollywood Walk of Fame with his friends Sam Elliott and Catherine Ross. She was a beauty. She did the first episode of Wild West. All right, so
Really?
How'd you start, Buck? How did it all begin? Audience loved to hear this. And I want to tell you why you're here, why you were asked. We always get the people on this show that they ask us to get.
Well,
And you were asked for. So some friends were sending
My dad
in.
was in the movie business, and the reason I was born in Hollywood is because he was trying out for a part in a Frank Capra movie, and he came in from Oklahoma with my mother, who was pregnant with me, and he got the part. I was born in Hollywood, raised in San Fernando Valley, and all my neighbors were Western people. You know, Yakima Canutt lived right down the road, and all these guys that migrated from Texas and the Midwest to come out to Hollywood to be in Western movies. So that was something that was always important to me. When I got out of the Navy, I studied art. I was going to have I wanted to paint the cover of Field and Stream, you know.
Wow.
But the movie business was intriguing, and I said, you know, I got to try it. I became a gymnast because of Burt Lancaster, all those stunts he did, you know, those great circus performing deals, and that's what I liked. And anyway, I got in the movie business in 1959. I think you were in a year ahead of me.
2 years,
But
57.
Anyway, it's 7. Well, I'm behind you, but you know, I've enjoyed every bit of it, and especially the Western roles that I've had in my life, and that leads me to where I'm at today, you know, in West Texas. And I got a ranch here, Bobby, and I'm living the dream. I live the cowboy life, which I've always loved, always embraced, and it's just been a blessing to me. And then to meet people like yourself, you know,
Thank you.
that I have admired so much. You know, you were a huge star when I first started out, and in fact, my ex-wife loves you, and my current wife loves you.
Thank you.
Both of them do.
You got great wives.
Most women do. Let me just tell you.
Hey,
We've heard
Bucky,
it all.
Bucky, you got great wives.
Yeah.
Great wives.
Yes, I do. But at any rate, it's just so good to hear your voice, and I know you've been through some adversary and tough times, but you know what? You remind me of Vinny Pazienza. You know, you get hurt, you get knocked down, you get back up again.
Hey,
That's
thanks.
what I love about you.
Hey,
You've
thanks.
always been that way.
Hey, Buck, thanks.
Positive person, and you know, I think the world of you.
Hey, thanks, Buck. That was really kind, and I appreciate it. Now, the high point of this career. Can you stick around for another segment?
You bet.
Okay, you're only being listened to by 5 million people, Buck.
Bring them on.
Okay. Hang in there, cowboy. We're coming back to you. Thank you for hanging in, too.
He was in Half Gun Will Travel. He was in Bonanza, and he was on The Rebel with your buddy Nick Adams. There might be a story there, you think?
You have to ask Buck. He's the guest.
We'll find out.
Yeah,
Buck, will you
absolutely.
tell us that story when we come back?
I'll tell them all.
That's good. I like that. All right, you listen to the PM Show Weekend Edition with the one and only Robert Conrad. We do the show live Thursdays, 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 Eastern. You can call in when we're doing it live, of course, at 800-336-2225. If you're listening on the weekend, email us. Bob reads all the emails. He'll get to them eventually at rconrad@crni.net. That's the letter R and then Conrad, C-O-N-R-A-D, at crni.net. Coming back with Buck Taylor.
When was the last time someone offered you a second chance to save thousands of dollars? If you owe the